I grew up around cars. Just to be able to do that for a living has been my dream. It's just a passion for art to begin with. So I started as an artist. You know, it's having an eye for certain things rather than looking at a car. I look at, you know, what I could do with that photo. I have been a photographer for 7 years, but I started out with family, architectural, and children here. And I just started taking photos at events, and then I just love it so much that I decided that's what I wanted to do. If you want something, you have to go after it. So I reached out in hopes that I could come take some photos and then see where it goes, like to build a relationship, you know. Well, no one's gonna hire you based on the fact that you take great photos, I find. You have to start by building a relationship. Because not only do I love just taking photos of the cars, and it would have been, you know, an honor to come take photos, but you have to build that up first, you know. You can take all the great photos you want, but if no one knows who you are. So for me, it was reach out, offer something, and do a great job and give it back to them and see where it goes from there. You have to constantly evolve. There's a million photographers out there. There's 10 guys taking photos at every car show. You have to make your photos stand apart. So it goes in any type of photography. So from even kids, you know, it took putting a T-Rex with them running through a field behind it to get a photo noticed, you know, it's high edits, but it's also just capturing a moment. It's the essence of the photo, you know. You want to make sure that you're capturing what the brand stands for as well, you know. You have to be able to build a business. You have to run the back end. You have to be good with clients. I can talk to people. I can walk up and work a crowd, and that is a big part of it. You know, getting people to notice you and getting a good relationship built and being, just having a good business background is probably why half photographers fail. So, you know, and having your photos stand apart. So, you know, you have a style that you edit. You know, people will recognize your photos because of certain styles. But yeah, definitely having a business background is huge. I'm self-taught photographer. I didn't go to school. I picked up my first camera and went, I want to be a photographer. And I started taking photos. I watched every single YouTube video on how to use Photoshop, how to run the business back end, how to do my taxes, how to, you know, it's a learning curve, and I'm 7 years in and I'm just scratching the surface. So constantly evolving, especially in today's standard. Even 7 years ago, Instagram, you know, who would have thought I had to contact people through Instagram to get jobs? You know, it's constantly evolving, and then getting into video now because the reels are so important. And yeah, it's definitely a learning curve, but just put yourself out there. That's the best you can do.